Welcome to marketinghelper.com. This is my very first screen/video cast, and so bear with me while I kind of learn the ropes here. Today we're going to be talking about doing something newsworthy and why that's important and how you can get media attention. It's called media relations in the traditional world, but it's really just building relationships with the media in order to get some publicity, and publicity is free advertising. Now, why is it important to do something newsworthy? Okay, well, we really are leading into this topic by talking about how to become a valuable resource in your niche. And it's important to become a valuable resource because you're going to get more visibility, credibility, and ultimately you're going to get more business if people know that you're an expert in what you do and they know that they can come to you with any questions that you have. So you're really just making yourself available and being a resource in your niche. Now, one very important thing in becoming a resource in your niche is to do something newsworthy. And if you can do something newsworthy, that's really going to help not only the media to know that you're a resource for a news source and quotes, things like that, but also people in your niche will see you in the news and know what you're doing. Now, on Friday mornings, we do a group every Friday morning at a local coffee shop that basically we just get together. There's no charges involved. We get together every Friday morning and talk about social media. And I come up with a topic every week, and I just lead a discussion group. Now, once I started doing this Friday 2.0, we started to get all kinds of news coverage because the news saw that we were a valuable resource in social media marketing, social media education. So that was something newsworthy, for example. Now, how do you do something newsworthy? Okay, well, first you have to do something. Figure out what is newsworthy, right? While newsworthy is generally defined as something that is timely, something that has prominence in your community, so maybe you are the prominent person, or you have to find somebody or something that's going to be prominent. Also, the proximity, where it's located in your general area, the significance, how many people are affected, and of course the last one is human interest. And human interest doesn't necessarily have to do with the timeliness or significance, but it definitely brings out people's emotions. So it's driven towards people's emotions. It's human interest. Okay, so number one is you do something newsworthy. Decide what that is and do it, okay? The second thing is you need to decide on what kind of media attention you want to get. Do you want to get newspaper or magazine, journals? Do you want to get radio or TV? Or do you just want to get internet publicity on certain websites? And so once you decide what kind of media attention you want to get, then you are going to make the information available. And traditionally, the information becomes available through fax, okay? You can ask any media center. They get, up to 100 faxes a day from people who are sending news releases and want them to cover their story. Everybody's trying to get publicity. So traditionally, people are sending faxes. But there are some other ways you can do that now. Email is a big one. A lot of news people or media people are accepting emails as one form of news releases. A really popular thing to do right now is to write a press release on your blog. And not only will your press release stay there, it'll be a permanent press release, which means that it will get search engine attention, but people are going to be going there and seeing what you've done, and will act as kind of a history and a source of information about your company. But it will also be a way for you to get that information out easily and cheaply. You can get it out for free to media sources. Now, one other way you can do that is to get the information available is to just send it via mail. And if you have items of importance like a CD with pictures, images, B-roll on it, then you can send it in a CD through the mail. Or even, this is a good way to use color and really get someone's attention, is if you send them a big package instead of sending a fax or an email. So once you have made the information available, you need to try and figure out who the people in charge are. And this actually may even come before you make the information available. You need to build relationships with the media. That's why it's called media relations, because you're really actually just making connections with media, just like you do in any business venture. You're going to make relationships with the people who make the decisions. Same thing works in the newsroom. If an employee gets a press release from somebody that they know, then it's going to be more prevalent. It's going to get up there higher. It's going to get to the right people. And that goes the same for being persistent. Once you do know those people, or you know who they are, you want to be persistent with them and make sure that they know who you are. Some people send press releases every week just so that their name doesn't disappear in a flood of press releases. So people know every week, the news sources know every week who these people are. It's just another way of branding yourself as well and just getting the attention. So then you want to make sure the information is there in their hands, and then let them decide what is newsworthy, okay? They're not going to be able to cover everything all the time. They're going to be very choosy about what kind of news they do cover. I met a lady who works for a television station just this morning, and it was actually Friday 2.0 this morning, and she happened to be in the room while we were talking about media relations. And so we asked her, how do you get on the news? And she said, you have to shoot somebody. Okay, now, that's a joke, just for the record. She was just kidding, but seriously, I mean, that's a sure way for you to get news coverage. So in other words, she was saying that you have to do something that really, really stands out and that is really unique. Now, I didn't go through any of my slides as I talked through them, but you get the picture, and I just wanted to go over a few tips really quick. Another way to get yourself out there is to become the reporter. Today in social media, that's what it is becoming, okay? It is end-user reporting. That's what blogging's about. That's what Twitter's about. That's what Facebook's about. We are the reporters. So you need to be regularly reporting about yourself and really be getting your information out there. A couple ways to do that. prweb.com, which I should have addressed earlier when I was talking about how to get the information out there. Another way is through prweb.com. You can get your press releases out to thousands and thousands of media sources at the same time. Another way is associatedcontent.com, and that's just a way for the end user, again, to become an expert and prove that you're an expert by writing articles. So you become the reporter. You also want to, again, send regular press releases. I talked about that a minute ago. Stand out. A headline makes a huge difference. You have to have a really good descriptive headline. If you can use interviews, quotes from people who are prominent in the community, that's going to get you higher. And also multimedia, pictures, videos. Use multimedia to really stand out. You want to use the correct formatting for a press release, and there are samples all over the internet. You need to use who, what, where, when, and why in your press releases. And lastly, you need to keep it short, okay? Keep it short and sweet. Get to the point quickly, and again, stand out. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you very much.